Attention green card holders and applicants, big changes are coming to the green card interview process starting October 2025. Originally introduced during the Trump administration, these new policies will bring significant updates to how USCIS conducts interviews for green card applicants. Whether you're applying for adjustment of status, renewing your green card, or involved in a family or employment-based petition, these changes could directly affect your application experience. Today, I'm going to walk you through what these interview changes are, why they're being implemented, how they'll impact your application process, and what you need to do to prepare. Stick with me because understanding these updates early can save you time, money, and a lot of stress down the road. First, let's set the scene. The immigration system in the U.S. has been evolving constantly over the past decade, with various administrations implementing different policies affecting applicants at every stage of their journey. The Trump administration introduced several changes aimed at tightening security, increasing scrutiny, and reducing fraudulent applications. Although some policies were rolled back or modified under the Biden administration, the upcoming October 2025 changes will reintroduce key aspects of those earlier rules with updated procedures. One of the primary focuses of the changes is the green card interview itself. Interviews have always been a cornerstone of the adjustment of status process, allowing USCIS officers to verify the authenticity of applications, ask clarifying questions, and ensure eligibility. However, these new changes introduce stricter protocols and expanded interview scopes. Starting October 2025, USCIS will increase the frequency and depth of interviews for green card applicants. While many applicants previously qualified for interview waivers, meaning they could skip the in-person interview, this option will become far more limited. USCIS will now require more applicants to appear in person, even in cases where interviews were previously waived due to low risk or strong documentation. Why is this happening? The government's stated goal is to improve security, reduce fraud, and maintain the integrity of the immigration system. With more applicants being interviewed, USCIS aims to better detect fraudulent documents, sham marriages, and other forms of misrepresentation. This means that if you're applying for a green card, you should prepare for a potentially more rigorous interview experience. So what does the interview look like under these new rules? Interviews will become longer, more detailed, and cover a wider range of topics. USCIS officers will not only ask about your personal background and eligibility but also delve deeper into your employment history, family relationships, travel history, and even social media presence. The goal is to verify all aspects of your application thoroughly. For applicants in marriage-based green card cases, the interview process will become especially thorough. Officers will ask more pointed questions about your relationship history, living arrangements, daily routines, and even past interactions to detect signs of fraudulent marriages. Be ready to provide clear and consistent answers, and bring plenty of evidence to support the legitimacy of your relationship: photos, joint bills, leases, and correspondence. Employment-based green card applicants should also expect new challenges. Officers may conduct more in-depth questioning about your job duties, employer details, and the legitimacy of your position. Employers might even be contacted for additional verification, so transparency and documentation are crucial. Another important update concerns the technology used during interviews. USCIS plans to implement enhanced digital systems that allow officers to access and cross-check applicant information in real time. This will enable faster background checks and flag any inconsistencies during the interview itself. If you're worried about language barriers, the rules remain consistent. USCIS provides interpreters for interviews if requested in advance. However, with more detailed interviews, it's even more important to request interpreter services ahead of time to ensure clear communication. What should you do to prepare for these changes? First and foremost, start gathering all necessary documentation early. This includes passports, birth certificates, marriage licenses, tax returns, pay stubs, lease agreements, and any other evidence relevant to your case. Organize these documents logically so you can quickly find and present them during your interview. Second, rehearse your interview answers. Many applicants underestimate the importance of preparation. Practicing answers to common interview questions, especially for marriage-based cases, can help you feel more confident and avoid mistakes. Consider working with an immigration lawyer or accredited representative who can conduct mock interviews. Third, be honest and consistent in your responses. USCIS officers are trained to detect inconsistencies or fabricated answers. If you don't know or remember something, it's better to admit it than guess or provide false information. Fourth, keep up to date with USCIS announcements. Immigration policies are always evolving, and staying informed will help you avoid surprises. Bookmark the official USCIS website and sign up for email alerts. Let's also talk about interview waivers because this is a critical aspect affected by these changes. Before, many applicants, especially renewals and those with clean records, could skip the interview altogether. Under the new rules, USCIS will greatly reduce these waivers, meaning more applicants must attend in person. This adds time and complexity to the process, so plan accordingly. If you have a pending application before October 2025, your case will still be subject to the current rules, so timing your application may influence whether you need to appear for an interview. Now, what happens if you fail or don't attend your interview? Missing an interview without prior notice can lead to application denial. Failing to answer questions satisfactorily may also result in delays, requests for evidence, RFEs, or even denial. That's why preparation is critical. Some applicants may also qualify for an expedited interview if there are urgent circumstances, such as medical emergencies or employment needs. If you believe you qualify, contact USCIS to request expedited processing early in the application. It's also worth mentioning that the new policies continue to emphasize fraud detection. USCIS officers receive specialized training in identifying red flags like inconsistent answers, suspicious documentation, and unusual application patterns. Applicants should be honest and transparent to avoid complications. For green card holders renewing their status, the interview changes may mean additional scrutiny even if your initial application was smooth. Keep records of your residency, travel, and compliance with immigration laws, as these may be reviewed during renewal interviews. If you're an employer sponsoring a green card applicant, expect more requests for verification. You may need to provide detailed job descriptions, payroll records, and proof of ongoing employment to USCIS. Community organizations and legal experts are gearing up to assist applicants with these changes. If you feel overwhelmed, seek help from qualified immigration attorneys or accredited representatives. Many nonprofits offer free or low-cost legal clinics. Take advantage of these resources. Let's cover some frequently asked questions to clear up common concerns. 1. Will these changes increase processing times? Likely yes, since more interviews mean a higher workload for USCIS officers. Plan for longer wait times and keep your application materials updated. 2. Will all applicants be interviewed? Most applicants will be required to attend, but some limited waivers may remain for low-risk renewals or applicants with prior interviews. 3. How should I prepare if I don't speak English well? Request an interpreter in advance and practice answering questions clearly with someone who can assist. 4. What if my application is denied? You can appeal or file a motion to reopen, but the best strategy is to prepare thoroughly to avoid denial. To sum up, the green card interview changes coming October 2025 represent a significant shift toward more thorough and stringent immigration enforcement. While they may add complexity to your application process, being prepared, honest, and informed will greatly improve your chances of success. Remember, immigration is a journey that requires patience and diligence. By understanding these updates now, you can approach your green card interview with confidence and avoid surprises.